What's Netflix's secret Avatar about? Would you like to know if the movie adaptation of Avatar is worth watching? It's not clear to Avatar fans whether the movie adaptation is worthwhile, so watch this video till the end because you might just want to watch Avatar. There will be all 4 Avatar in The Last Airbender, so Aang's introduction to each element can be more effective, so let's get right into it. First, what will the viewers expect? Several avatars are going to appear in Netflix's reboot of Avatar The Last Airbender, and these avatars will have a substantial impact on Aang's story. Looks like Netflix's Avatar is about to take a whole new approach to the report, primarily because of the casting of Daniel Dae Kim as Fire Lord Ozai. Along with many other factors, one piece of information that could prove very useful to Avatar fans, waiting for the much anticipated live-action remake of the series coming soon from Netflix, could prove very insightful for those who are eager to know more. Daniel Dae Kim is a Korean-American actor and producer. He runs a production company currently producing the television series The Good Doctor. Kim as the Fire Lord Ozai will be a great casting for this facial feature and physique that resemble the Fire Lord in the animated series, and Kim is not new to the Last Airbender franchise because he voiced General Fong in a single episode of the Nickelodeon animated series way back in 2006, and in a video game in 2007, he also voiced Hiroshi Sato in the series spin-off Avatar The Legend of Korra. Up next, who will play who? According to reports, Avatar will feature 4 avatars, namely Roku, Kyoshi, and Kuruk, along with Aang, who will be playing his own avatar role. The air nomad Aang will be played by Gordon Cormier, a Canadian child actor who is of Caucasian and Filipino descent. Talking about marketing, just mention the word Filipino. The air nomad Aang has brought together Roku, played by C.S. Lee, an American actor and a comedian, and his hair bending, or they will just CGI the hair thing. Kyoshi, played by Yvonne Chapman, a Canadian actress, in an interview said she had read Kyoshi's novel and she said, "She just has one of the fascinating stories of any character that I've read, and it's a team of people really wanting to get this right, and I hope we did." Kuruk, known as notorious for getting a bunch of girls, is played by Megwon Fairbrother, who is also a Canadian actor. Megwon might steal the show. Looking back at M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender, which ended up very badly, the director and cast looked promising that time. Aside from Daniel Dae Kim being cast as Lord Ozai, the 4 actors who play the 4 avatars are also exceptional. Coming next, what's new in the 4th film? Aang transitioning to master water, earth, and fire formed the foundation of each of the 3 seasons of Avatar, The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon, fire being the last season for Aang. Avatar must use every aspect of his avatar bending ability to stop the Fire Nation's war on the world in order for the young Avatar to survive. There will be a lot of focus on the beginning stages of Aang's training in Netflix's Avatar, but it's unlikely that he will be able to master all elements within the first season of the show. Many bending mentors have trained Aang in the arts of bending water, earth, and fire. Katara, Toph, Beifong, and Zuko are among the numerous bending mentors he had throughout his life. Even though there might be a similar path for the Netflix reboot of Avatar, Aang's ability to speak directly to his past lives as the Avatar could also play an important role in his training, with Roku, Kyoshi, and Kuruk serving as mentors themselves. The avatars were born with the ability to bend a specific element before being able to master the rest, and they may well be the first ones to demonstrate to Aang the basic bending of the element that each avatar is directly connected to. Up next, how will Netflix introduce the previous avatars as direct mentors? Spoiler alert. As we've seen in Avatar The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon, previous Avatar Roku, Kyoshi, and Kuruk only had little screen time, and they just give Aang pieces of advice on how to become an effective avatar that can defeat the Fire Lord, and leaving him finding the rest on his own. Maybe in the series, Aang, along with his adventure, will consequently talk to his ancestors, and that will highlight their direct mentoring to Aang alongside his friends. In the original animated series, Kuruk did not show up in Book 1, or not even in frame, but as mentioned, avatars will teach Aang the basic bending according to the origin elements of the specific avatar. Kuruk has relevance to the Book 1 finale, The Siege of the North, due to his and Aang's shared history with Ko, the Face Stealer. His story in the animated series came to us from the Escape from the Spirit World webisodes between books 2 and 3, and then we learned a lot about him from Kyoshi's novel. The reboot will not have a hard time introducing these 3 avatars that will mentor Aang in his venture, for most of the people anticipating the series already knew that he existed, and Kuruk will likely be able to take the spot in season 1. So can Aang already bend all the elements in the series? It was necessary for Roku, Kyoshi, and Kuruk to undergo intensive training in order to gain power over 3 additional elements, as Aang did. Even though each of the avatars can provide Aang with some general guidance throughout his training, training as an avatar, it is their native elements that could provide the greatest amount of wisdom, since Aang is completely new to water, earth, and fire. Aang's tales in the new version of the Avatar may also include parallel flashbacks to Aang's own origins as the Avatar, depicting how the three ancestors of Aang that he follows in the reboot were able to compete with all four elements so that Aang could overcome his own challenges by taking their example and learning from them. In Season 1, we expect it will look like the book one in the animated series, but it will be much more interesting seeing a live-action bending. We've seen one before and that disappointed us, and of course, with the persistence of the previous avatars. We can expect that in Season 1, Aang will learn and master waterbending aside from his native element, which is air, but we never know what could happen. Coming right up, can the viewers expect the cartoon to be accurate ATLA? As the story of Avatar unfolds, it is clear that Aang is preparing to wield all four elements, and this is an aspect that Netflix's Avatar reboot is bound to retain in its plot, and the entire team is working to deliver a masterpiece that everyone will appreciate. Albert Kim, forerunner of the series, said that the Netflix supported this adaptation all throughout, and it will be happening soon. It is hoped that by having Roku, Kyoshi, and Kyurek all play relatively prominent roles in the series, Aang will get a new perspective on how each element works and how each element is introduced to Aang. The Netflix television series Avatar: The Last Airbender might still primarily feature the friendship between Katara, Toph, and Zuko, and also as the ones to train Aang to expand his basic bending skills. But the fact that with the guidance of Avatar Roku, Avatar Kyoshi, and Avatar Kyurek, they were the ones to introduce Aang to the basics of water, earth, and fire bending in his past lives, as Aang travels the world with Team Avatar, will have an entirely new dynamic to the training process for the new Avatar. Lastly, do you know that each nation has a method of recognizing the new Avatar? To start off, the air nomads present infants with a variety of toys and watch for the child to select the exact 4 toys that had belonged to previous avatars, which is known as the Avatar relics. Next, Earth avatars are identified by directional geomancy, which is a series of rituals that is designated to sort through the largest and most populous out of the 4 nations as quickly and efficiently as possible. A special set of bone trigrams was cast and interpreted by the Earthbending Masters, which is able to rule out half of the Earth Kingdom as the location of the newborn avatar. Then, this ritual is to be repeated in the remaining territory, with the possible locations then shrinking by 1/2 each time until the researchers were all but brought to the doorstep of the now Earth Avatar child. Surprisingly, the methods used for each nation for identifying the Avatar are not without mistake. However, there has been at the very least one time where a normal person was misidentified as being the Avatar when Yun was thought to be an Avatar instead of Kyoshi, the name successor to Avatar Kyurek. Traditionally, the child is told of their identity as the Avatar on their 16th birthday, though Avatar Yenchen was told at age 11, as she had extremely strong visions of past Avatar companions. Avatar Aang was told at age 12, in fear of an impending war due to the Fire Nation's growing aggression, and Avatar Korra was discovered as the Avatar after exhibiting bending abilities beyond her native water bending without formal training when she was just 4 years old. And there you have it, my friends. Everything you need to know about Avatar is here, so we hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, share, and leave a comment with your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.